Hi, you guys. This is Aqua Moonlight. Thank you so much for tuning back in, or welcome if you're new here. So, I just wanted to hop on here really quick and do kind of a bit of a chat, a little talk. I just felt called to do this, and I just have my phone kind of set down, so that's why it's pointing down into the ground. But yeah, I was planning to do a pick a card reading this evening, and then, or right now actually. And then something happened, and it really made me start thinking about what's kind of been going on with me and what I've seen also in other people. And I know it's a common thing that happens, and maybe some of you are currently going through this. You know, it could be that a current time that you're going through this in the collective. We could be sharing a similar sort of energy, a similar experience. But when you start to raise your vibration, when you start to shift your thoughts, especially when you start to align to a higher energy, especially when you affirm, very positive affirmations, and you set high intentions for yourself and for your life, and you really make a big shift or big change, or you just start to implement a lot of new high vibrational kind of energy into your life, whether that's through, especially through your thoughts, especially through how you're perceiving the world, how you're approaching the world, your mindset, how positive you are, how open and receptive you are to new streams of abundance, and more of that positive thinking, especially if you've been kind of in a slumber of some sort for a while, or you've been thinking the same way for a bit of time. What usually happens is that your external environment will almost go through like a purging episode, is what I've found. And what I mean is that you'll find that certain things will happen around you, especially in relation to people or even other things, even just within yourself, or the direct environment that you're in has to naturally shift as well, since you are shifting. But what I found happens is that it's almost like what it does, and I just mentioned this actually in the reading I did for the collective earlier today. So I think I had already posted that, but something came up about that too, about fears and things that creep to the surface at this time currently, since we have a lot of retrogrades going on. But what will happen is that it's going to seem kind of misleading when you think about how you start to, implement this high vibrational energy, or you start to, again, sort of shift your life into a positive direction, and you're feeling really good, you're feeling really uplifted, you're feeling really positive, you're feeling really happy. And then it's like, certain things will happen in your life that will prove to be completely different than what you are currently affirming and what you're currently believing and or telling yourself to believe. And the reason that is because you are having to train your subconscious mind to make that change in vibration, make that change in thought. So what happens is that you have to naturally, we can't see the same reality in front of us if we change our thoughts, so things have to change. So it's almost like a tornado kind of goes around your environment and shakes everything up and brings things to the surface in order to replace it with something new that is what you're affirming. So for example, it could be, I don't know, I can't think of it. Well, I mean, it could be various things. Maybe you're starting to love yourself more, and you're starting to affirm that you are respecting yourself, you're loving yourself, you are putting yourself first, and you're filling yourself up with all of this love and light. And you feel really good, and you feel really, just in a good space, in a high vibration. And then you could encounter somebody who will reflect back to you all of the reasons that you shouldn't be loving yourself. Or you could attract somebody who has the complete opposite beliefs. And so that stuff is going to happen. What I've found, it's like your aura is kind of pushing away all of the dirt or all of the debris, or it's, kind of like expanding so that it can push away what your mind has been creating for you to see in your reality, if that makes sense. So just know that if you have that currently going on, or if you've ever been through that, it's not because you are doing the wrong thing or you're not in the right space. It's actually so that you can persist in that and that you can see things start to change in a more positive way after you sort of flush, you know. It's like there needs to be a flush first, because otherwise what we're doing is we're just forming a new belief on top of an old belief. And then it's going to be all jumbled together. So things have to be brought to the surface. And so yeah, I just talked about that in my reading, but I felt called to just mention it here too, because I feel that it might kind of be a collective thing going on right now. And I know some people can get discouraged, especially if you're really trying to manifest, you know, positive experiences into your life, or you're trying to manifest something new into your life. It can sometimes feel like, you know, are you doing something wrong, or are you on the wrong track? Are you really aligned to this, or is the universe just kind of against you or not wanting you to have this certain thing? So yeah, if you have that, just know that there's sort of a purging effect that has to take place first in order for you to start to kind of take on that role, you know, or if you're trying to affirm a new kind of identity or a new you in some way, you could find that when you start to do this a lot and repetitively, and it's like you're forming this new belief, that you will attract circumstances and even just cropping up within you, within yourself, that will prove to sort of like, it's almost like there's a battle between the two. You know, it's like when you form this new positive belief, it's like the old belief is arguing with the new belief, saying that they still want a place in your new reality, but you have to sort of have victory over that and overcome that in order for you to continue to be persistent in that new reality and that new belief. So yeah, don't feel like you have to give up, or don't feel like this is the wrong thing to do. Just keep persisting in it, and just know that things have to get better. I'm sorry, things have to get worse sometimes before they get better. Especially true if you are going through a huge, massive transformation, and you feel like things are really changing for you. So yeah, I just felt guided to share that. If anyone's going through that same similar experience, or if you've been through that, just know that that's really actually a sign that you're healing. That's a sign that things are positively shifting for you. Sometimes chaos can be the best sign, because, you know, if we have a no storm or no rain or no wind, then things will never change. It's just going to be the same stagnant old energy. So sometimes you have to welcome the storm. Sometimes you have to welcome even chaos, even disruption, even like a tower moment in your life where you feel like things are being torn down, but you have faith still. That's the difference between having a tower moment and you not being in control of it, versus having tower moments and you feeling that you're still having faith, that you are trusting in yourself. You know, you can feel the vibrational difference between that. If you trust in yourself, if you keep believing in your intentions, you keep believing in your positive affirmations or your new identity or whatever it is you're manifesting, and believing kind of in your light and your own energy, then that is the difference between the two. You'll know, you'll feel that kind of energy, that you can stand, because I'm actually being drawn to this tree in front of me too. You stand tall regardless of what's shaking around you. So you stand tall regardless of the storm, because you have faith and you know that your intentions and your beliefs cannot be shaken or cannot waver. You know, so just know that. Just flesh it out. Allow yourself to keep the faith. And yeah, just want to share that. So thanks for tuning in. And I hope this could help somebody. And have a great evening.